everybody, it's Lon.TV, and it's time for your weekly wrap-up, and I'm going to structure these things a little bit more moving forward. I got some great feedback from a lot of you as to what you would like to see on the channel as subscribers. So you're going to see some more content that is more directed towards subscribers, and I'm also going to, again, structure things a little differently on the wrap-up, given some of the great feedback that I got from a lot of you. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at last week and what we looked at in between wrap-ups. So we took a look at the Sound Blaster E5, which is an external USB high-def audio device from the folks at Creative Labs. Really nice device. You can check out my review of that. We also looked at running live television over Plex with the HD Home Run using a plugin that I found that is really, really simple. This is really cool and it works great. Kind of a nice replacement for a Sling box, which I was really impressed to see it worked as well as it did. We also took a look at Minecraft Windows 10 Edition running on low-end hardware because I wanted to see how much better the Windows 10 Minecraft Edition ran versus the Java one, and I'll tell you what, it ran a lot faster on that very low-end PC, so you can check out that video. We also did some experiments with the USB-C port on my Mac. I found a couple of cheap cables and plugged in a standard tablet battery pack into my Mac, and it charged it, which was great. So you've got some flexibility with that USB-C port for charging, which is really cool. And I forgot to mention in that video something I kicked some money into on a Kickstarter for. This is called the Hub Plus, and it is a mega little port replicator for USB-C. It's not very mega in size, but it is mega in ports. I think it's got like 3 or 4 USB 3 ports on board, another USB-C port out there so you can charge your device through it, card reader, it's got display port out, so it's basically everything one of those Thunderbolt devices that we've looked at, those $200 or $300 docks that we've looked at for Thunderbolt. This is going to be the equivalent on USB-C. This costs about $89, only $10 more than that Apple dongle I keep picking on that I bought with my MacBooks. This is a really nice little device, and they even put a battery in there so you can charge your phone with it too. So it's got everything, and we're going to check it out once it comes out. I think it's October, so in a month or two, we should be seeing this maybe a little bit later than that, but they are also available for pre-orders. If you do a Google of that Hub Plus, you can check it out. But I did buy one on Kickstarter. I should be getting them right when they come out, so we'll be putting it through its paces when it arrives. But I think this might be the device I've been looking for USB-C. This will also work, of course, with other USB-C compatible devices, not just the Mac. So it seems like the price is right for what it can do. So we'll check that out when it comes out. Some news this week. You remember we talked about that new Moto X and its $400 price tag, unlocked, no carrier subsidy. Well, this week, Verizon said we're done with contracts and we're also done subsidizing your phone. So if you want to buy a phone now on Verizon, you can pay either full price for the phone or work out some kind of payment plan over a period of time where you pay back the cost of the phone. So for example, a 16 gigabyte iPhone unlocked and ready to go on any network is about $850. So you can spread that out with Verizon or just pay it all up front, but you're no longer going to just have the $200 price tag for the phone and have it be subsidized moving forward. So I think that's the end of all of the major carriers subsidizing phones. Maybe Sprint is still doing it, or maybe AT&T has a couple different plans where they do it, but for the most part, it looks like the direction the industry is now going into is getting rid of contracts and getting rid of phone subsidies also. So this is kind of a new era for us here in the United States, because I don't think I can remember a time when phones were not subsidized. So this is a big step, and it's going to be neat to see how all these phone manufacturers react to this. And Motorola certainly is doing so with a $400 flagship phone, but Apple is still twice as much as that flagship phone with the same configuration. So we'll see if people keep buying iPhones at that price. They seem to be on the other carriers, so perhaps they work out whatever their monthly price is going to be with that essentially the loan that they will issue you for buying the phone, and we'll see what happens moving forward. But we're going to have 2 very different price tiers between Android and iOS now on most of the major carriers. So very interesting stuff. So we'll see what happens moving forward. So this week we've got some stuff we're going to be taking a look at, of course. We've got this memory stick from Verbatim. It is more interesting than it looks. It's got the security layer on it that is very draconian, which is good for a secure device, but you need to be prepared for it. So I'll talk about that when that review is posted in a day or two. I also did a review, I just shot it, I'm going to get it up in the next day or two also, of the Parrot teleprompter. This is a little teleprompter you stick on the front of a camcorder, so it's small enough to kind of work with this. This is actually the camera that I used when I shot the review. I had a very productive weekend, by the way. I got a lot of videos done, which I'm really excited about. But you can just put it on the front of like a camcorder or an SLR. It weighs nothing. You put your phone on it and you've got a teleprompter, and it actually works pretty nicely for what it is. A little expensive though, it's about $150, but we'll explore that in more detail moving forward. And I got this little pocket router here that is got every international power adapter you can imagine on it, which is pretty nice. A nice little firewall when you're in the hotel or something. If you don't want to have your computer connected to the same network as everyone else, you can kind of put this in the middle as a firewall. So although your internet traffic will, of course, traverse over the hotel's internet, your computer won't show up as a beacon for everyone else that might be on it at the same time. So we'll take a look at this thing. A little complicated to configure, but a pretty handy little network Swiss Army knife, if you will. So pretty cool there. I also got that Microsoft Bluetooth keyboard everybody was talking to me about after I reviewed that Belkin keyboard that had the switch for Bluetooth where you can pair it up with two different devices and just switch back and forth with them with the switch. Well, this one from Microsoft does the same thing as the Belkin one does, but it's got 3 positions versus 2. So we'll see how this one compares and whether or not I like it better than the Belkin. The packaging actually is really nice on this Microsoft product, so we'll be looking at that keyboard too. I know a lot of you like that one. And if I get time, I know I said I was going to do this 2 weeks ago, but I never got around to it. We've got the Virtual Boy over there, which I bought off of eBay a little while ago. It still works great, and a day or two ago, I got a flash cartridge for it, which will let you load ROM files onto a cartridge that you can stick in this thing and play it on the native hardware. So you're not emulating anything. You're going to have a cartridge that basically can be rewritten, and you can stick it in there and play any game you want, which is good for this platform because, Virtual Boy games are not being made anymore. You really can't find them all that easily at a low price. So this is going to be a neat way for me to explore the platform. So I'll talk a little bit about the Virtual Boy and how that platform works, hopefully if I get time later on this week. And there might be a few surprises coming in also. I know Acer and HP might be sending some PCs our way, and Lenovo's got a tablet they're also sending me too. So we've got a bunch of stuff that will appear whenever it gets here. Now don't forget, we've got a drawing coming up for 10 Google Cardboard 2.0s. So if you haven't entered yet, you still have time. We're going to do the drawing live right here on August 17th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States. Lon.TV/enter to enter your name in for the drawing. It'll be a pretty quick drawing. You don't have to be watching to win. I will get in touch with you if you are one of the lucky winners, but we'll do a little thing. We'll all kind of gather around and let random.org pick out the winners, which will be kind of fun to do. So be on the lookout for that. And if you want to help the channel, you can. Lon.TV/Patreon. You can make a monthly contribution to the channel. I also have Google fan funding set up, so if you want to do a one-time thing, maybe I helped you with a tech support thing or something like that, you can kick me a few bucks through there. All the money that I get from those two sources, I put back into the channel. Most of that money, if not all of it, goes towards buying the things that I review on the channel and then resell. So those funds really do help buy a lot of things that people request reviews for. So if you want to help the channel, that's a great way to do it. But of course, as always, your viewership is the most important thing. And one last thing, I've set up a group on Facebook. So if you're getting into YouTube tech reviewing and want to kind of commiserate with other fellow techies doing the same thing, please join the group at lon.tv/tech group, and that will bring you right to the Facebook group. Make a request to be added, and we'll let you in, and you can start talking with everybody. Because I really believe that the more all of us who are doing this help each other, the more we're all going to do together. And I think it's a new era where, I don't think competition in one of these platforms is the same as it was back in the old days when media was more scarce. And I really want to start helping others get started. I've really enjoyed having a lot of conversations with folks one-on-one who are looking to get started. So I really want to be able to develop a community where we can all really help each other. And I'm going to try to do it on Facebook just because I feel like those Facebook groups are a little bit better for that kind of thing. But of course, we've got my own forums at lon.tv/forums, which will still be active forever. You can also go to lon.tv/Facebook for the channel's Facebook page. And we've got my email list at lon.tv/email. So that will do it for this week's weekly wrap-up. Let me know what you thought of the format, where we have last week, some news, and the coming week, and then some other stuff too. If this was a cool format, let me know, and I will keep doing it. This is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching.